Hello, everyone. It's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. After that not so great interview with the Chicago local news station, um, there was a news station, a CBS news station in San Diego, and an ABC news station out of the Bay Area that did two stories on the Aptera, and these were a lot better. Okay, so let's watch them and see how good they were.
The first solar-powered car could soon enter into production, and it's being developed in North County.
The Aptera is a three-wheeled solar electric vehicle. CBS 8's Rocio Lefebvre got to take a ride in one of the cars and has more on when they could become available.
The no-charge solar-powered car is being developed right here in Carlsbad and is set to be one of the most efficient vehicles on the planet.
But really, we should get most of our power from the wireless nuclear generator in the sky.
This first-of-its-kind car is one step closer to hitting the road.
We're really making some amazingly compelling vehicles that can lower fuel costs for a lot of people, that can lead people to a lifestyle that doesn't require charging or stopping at a gas station.
Chris.
Okay, so I really liked the intro, and they showed the scenes from the Pininfarina wind tunnel, and then they had that cool shot of Chris McCammon ripping the thing around the parking lot, and then Chris Anthony has the wireless nuclear power from the sky. Okay, these are all. It starts off very nicely, I think.
Anthony is the CEO of Tera Motors and says their goal is to redefine transportation in a more innovative and sustainable way.
Yeah, we hope that we move the transportation industry into something more efficient. So lighter weight, aerodynamic, more efficient powertrains, things that use less energy per mile and things that use less content to create your vehicle from the start.
The car is made up of lightweight composite materials. Its aerodynamic design allows it to travel lightly and fast. It's capable of reaching 60 miles per hour in just 4 seconds. Nearly 2 years ago, the Aptera was put to the test during a quarter-mile drag race and beat Tesla's Model 3 and Audi's R8 GT Spider.
And what most people don't realize is that in a typical sedan or SUV, you can use over 60% of your fuel at highway speeds, just pushing air out of the way. So we started with aerodynamics, then made a vehicle that was lightweight, then made a vehicle that had a really efficient powertrain, and what you end up with is something that looks more like a fish than a box truck.
The three-wheel car uses solar panels to travel up to 1,000 miles in some versions. Its batteries are charged by the sun, and if the weather or your schedule is less than ideal, you can plug it in and charge it like any other electric vehicle. And
Okay, so I think she explained it very well. She gives it the max range, 1,000 miles, which who knows if that'll actually ever get made. Hopefully they do, but that's probably a ways off. But talks about how you can plug it in like a regular car, in case some people are still confused that they think that it only can be charged with the solar panel. So good job on that too.
Anthony says the company has had great success with crowdfunding, raising over $120 million and securing 16,000 investors. Over 46,000 orders have been placed so far, and he hopes people will be able to get their hands on them soon.
And now we're stepping into production and hopefully be delivering our first production vehicles by the end of this year.
Vehicles start at $26,000 and can go
So this is
up to $44,000.
okay. So yeah, also very good. Like gives the price starting at 26, going up to 44, which is the way that you should talk about the pricing. And Chris Anthony again reiterates first deliveries by the end of this year. I personally think that's a little optimistic, but they seem to be pretty confident about that, so that's good.
Rocio Lefebvre, CBS 8.
Okay, so that was really good, and I think this was even better actually.
Questions started to be asked when electric vehicles started to grow in popularity. What if these vehicles could charge on solar power? Well, one company has made it a mission to bring them to the roads. So joining us live to talk about the future of solar-powered vehicles, co-founder of California-based Tera Motors, Steve Fambro. Thank you so much, Steve, for being with us.
Hey, my pleasure. Great to talk to you guys.
I mean, this is just such an exciting idea. Will you tell us more about what you've created?
Well, it is very exciting because the future is solar, and we believe fundamentally that every journey should be powered by the sun. And with our technology and our vehicle made by our company, it's possible. And it's possible because our vehicle is just so efficient. It's lightweight, and aerodynamic. And that's really the magic that lets our solar technology take over and do the job.
I love it. So when you look at it, it looks really cool, and I see the team work so hard, I'm sure, on all the details on this. But I think the biggest questions people will have will be about range. So what is the range that this solar vehicle gets on a good day?
Well, our top vehicle, our top model, I should say, gets about 1,000 miles range, just like a normal electric vehicle, except a lot of range. But most
Okay, so again, they are putting their kind of halo model, the 1,000 mile range, in there. I think it would have been nicer to say we potentially will have a 1,000 mile range, but our starting cars will have 400 mile range, which is not as impressive sounding, but it's still pretty good. But it's a little misleading, or it could confuse some people into thinking that all Aptera are 1,000 mile range. Although, Steve Fambro does a good job of saying our top of the line model.
most people will charge from the sun about 40 miles a day just from parking it outside. So most commuters just won't have to plug it in. You just park it outside and it'll charge itself.
So 40 miles a day, he's saying about, it's probably more accurately to say up to 40 miles a day, because 40 miles a day is probably the upper range of what you're going to get.
That is awesome. And tell us about like the size and safety of the vehicle.
Yeah, so it's a two-seater vehicle, and it's got a massive trunk. It'll fit up to 1,000 liters. I don't know how many gallons of storage space that is, but it's enough to fit ladders, camping equipment, surfboards, all that kind of stuff. It's got airbags. It's crash tested like any normal vehicle. So it's designed in many cases to supercar safety standards. So it's extraordinarily efficient and safe.
And it looks cool. We'll just say that too. So how long do you think it will be before someone can actually buy one of these vehicles, and how much would it cost?
Well, we've got about 47,000 pre-orders already. It's about $1.7 billion worth of vehicles that are ordered. The average one optioned up is about $40,000. That's how people are configuring them on the website. And they should be beginning to ship at the end of this year.
Okay, so Steve Fambro also says end of this year. I think he missed an opportunity to give the range of the cost, 26,000 to 45,000. And this interviewer, I thought, did a great job. She's enthusiastic, and she doesn't ask any kind of naive questions. She asks the questions that people are, worried about: the size, safety, range, price, availability. So those are the things that she asks, and she does a good job of asking it.
That's exciting. So when you look at your vehicle, how does it compare to something like Fisker's Solar Sky Roof?
Well, we didn't add solar as an afterthought. It's actually a fundamental part of our intellectual property and our team and our mission, our vision. So we're not just adding it to look cool or maybe power a fan or the air conditioning or something. We're adding it to really move the needle in terms of carbon reduction and transportation and reducing our need for fossil fuels. That's something that Aptera does that no other vehicle, including some of the others you mentioned, come even close to.
I love.
Yeah, so she asked a really intelligent, informed question of comparing it to another vehicle that has solar panels. And Steve gives a great answer talking about how Aptera is different than those. So I really like that too.
I'm excited about the future. Where do you see this going?
This is just the beginning. I mean, the future really is very bright for us, I think. And this vehicle is just the first of many. And it's not just passenger vehicles, but we're working with other companies with other modes of transportation and taking our solar technology and putting it on different market segments to really decarbonize and enable those areas too.
This was so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing all of this with us. And when you're in the Bay, come pick us up. Is it for tall people? My coworker is very tall. Can he fit in here?
6'4". And then we'll go back to that pizza conversation you guys were having earlier, because that's what I was listening to.
Yes, we'll just ride right on through, pick up the pizza.
There we go.
Thank you so much. You're always welcome, invited back on our show. Thank you for all of the work you're doing on this. It's really cool.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, I think that interview went very well. Missed a quick opportunity to answer the question about tall people. That guy yelled out 6'4", and he could have said Aptera is good for people up to 6'8". and answer her last question. But I think Steve obviously is a big pizza fan. He's always he said he wanted to start a pizza shop, so they were evidently talking about pizza before. So he kind of, his mind had already gone to that area and kind of missed the whole height question. But anyway, this interview was great. The interviewer was informed and enthusiastic and asked all the relevant questions that people would be interested in. And Steve did a great job of answering them. One thing he could have done better was probably give the ranges of the price rather than the average price of the ordered vehicles. But anyway, getting some good press from 2 local stations. I thought these 2 went way better than the interview for the Chicago local station. But I think Aptera is starting to get out there, getting some interviews with local stations, and hopefully this will attract some more interest and hopefully some bigger investors to accelerate the timeline of getting to production. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have a great day.